All right, hi everybody. This is Lori H. Schwartz, and I am here to interview the fabulous Nick Urbom, who is the founder and CEO of Bamboo, which is a unique social media platform really built to empower the creator, whatever kind of creator you are. And Nick and his team are going to have a large presence at the NAB Show New York, specifically in the new Photo+Video Lab, where they're going to be running a really exciting content. So Nick, tell us all about Bamboo and what you're going to be doing at NAB New York.
Thank you, Lori. We are super excited about NAB New York. Bamboo is a new social platform for creators to post collaboratively and to monetize without the platform taking a cut. We have formed this platform out of a lot of feedback from creators over the years looking for new tools that better meet their needs to run their businesses online.
Awesome. And how do you think for a photo community, a video community, folks that are making a living creating things, how does a platform like Bamboo help? Like, what should they be thinking about when they create their brand online?
Absolutely. And I love that you said the word brand. Every creator online at this point considers themselves a brand. And when we think about brands, we think about running a business or a company. And if you think about the iteration of the internet over time, we've had 15, 20 years where people have put out a lot of content for free. There's been a lot of investment in building out into the ecosystem of the internet itself. And so as part of this, we've now seen this iteration where there's people that are making a living online in various different ways. And we see business models on multiple different platforms, most of which are driven around advertising. And then the current iteration that we're seeing become more popular is around revenue shares. And when we look at these models and we look at what is happening in standard businesses over time throughout history, we recognize that to really and truly have a robust economy, we need a lot of different business models and we need a lot of different types of businesses. And so we believe that the infrastructure of the internet and what has been built out over time with social media and tools that exist, that there is now a real driving need on the internet for creators who are making a living to have better access to abilities to create their own products, set their own pricing, run their own businesses, and not be taxed or have to split every dollar that they're making with a middleman every step of the way.
Oh, that's exciting. So this is a real way, especially with everything being so challenging right now, with the economy and the industry, to really empower a creator, and let them manage their own brand.
Yes.
Basically. Can you tell us a little bit too about how a platform like Bamboo and why it's so important for just production people in general, writers, directors, producers, anybody who is a professional in the industry, to be able to manage their brand online?
Yes, in terms of brand management, I will tell you that I've been going to NAB shows for over 10 years. I love this conference. I love the people involved with it. And as you just stated, directors, producers, talent, showrunners, you name it, above and below the line, there's all these different roles that are making a living in this industry. And a lot of them have turned into multi-hyphenates. And the fact that these tools have become more accessible to us through the internet, through the evolution of computers, we're realizing that there's a lot more things that we can all do ourselves. And so from that standpoint, when someone is looking about how to develop their creative presence online, build out a business and represent the content that actually represents their personal brand, they're doing things in context of having come out of an industry where there's a very specific role. There's someone running a camera, there's someone running the audio, there's someone performing in front of the camera, there's someone doing research, there's a journalist, what have you. All kinds of components come into broadcast, obviously. And when you're talking about creating content online, one person can do a lot of that themselves. And so we've seen that play out through the internet over the past couple of decades. And so now what we are seeing, which is very interesting, is that for the broadcast industry, they will know this very well, but people are starting to build real significant businesses. And as you do that, it makes more sense to actually collaborate with others. And so you want other people that have expertise in other categories. And it's been nice to be a one-stop shop for so many years. But once you start really building a significant business where you're on a content schedule and you're pushing out new content on a daily basis, you want to know that you're working with a team that can actually help you to produce the best content that is the best for your audience.
Well, and the new and exciting thing about NAB New York is that the new Photo and Video Lab is all about getting together professionals who are focused on producing and capturing content, right? And
Yes.
really a deep, full immersion into photo and video, that whole world. So you're going to be you're going to have a contest so that people can celebrate New York with their work, but also you're going to be hosting a networking session. What's going to happen at the networking session?
So, as part of what we're doing at NAB this year, we are running a contest that we're calling just for fun, hashtag Empire State of Mind. And this is very focused around New York street style fashion. We're working with a really prominent creator in this space named Avori. And we can share links to all of that on our website and socials for you to find. Avori has over 700,000 followers on TikTok. She's got over 170,000 followers on Instagram. And she's really made a splash in the world of online content creation by doing merch drops and doing collabs with other talented creators and designers, and put together a really cool team around some of the different products that she's released online. So as part of the session at NAB, we're not only going to have Avori there with us in person, but we're also going to have the winner of the contest, of the hashtag Empire State of Mind contest. And the winner of this competition, this is going to be cool. This is going to be a photographer and their team that actually get to collaborate with Avori on her new merch drop that's coming out. So they'll be doing a photo session to document her merch that she's going to launch for all of her fans. But it's a cool way to bring together the people working with the technology of the cameras, the lenses, the style and the design and capture of this New York street style merchandise that she'll be dropping for her fans.
Oh my God, that sounds so exciting. So this contest is all going to be taking place at NAB Show New York at the end of this October. And this is going to be centered in the new Photo and Video Lab at the Javits Center, all put together by Bamboo and our CEO and founder here, Nick Urbom. Nick, you're also hosting a networking session there as well. And a part of this is to really help professionals understand how to manage their brand online. Can you give some initial, taste of what advice that you would give to a writer, a producer, a professional in the media and entertainment industry who are trying to figure out, how do I tell my story as a creator online?
Yeah, one of the biggest pieces of advice that we hear in the creator space is to stay open to education. There's a lot of mindset shift if you've been working in a TV studio or at a network where things have been done a certain way for a long time. There's obviously younger generations that have been coming up and leveraging the tools of the internet. And when I spoke at NAB Show in Las Vegas this last April, we did an entire presentation with a couple of creators and a major brand agency, Whaler, where we talked about the state of the creator economy. And it was really cool to see. We had standing room only for that presentation. There were a lot of people looking to learn and hear what some of the tricks of the trade were. But the goal is to actually be there in person and to meet myself, Avori, the other creators that are going to be there. We're literally just going to be hanging out and having conversations and talking about what people are doing in this space and doing some really fun networking, which I always love, and getting to talk about what we all do online every day and making the connections that people need to know for what they need to learn in terms of what tools exist for them and how they can partner with other creators in this space and people that are really experts in using these tools.
And would you say, and I know a lot of people feel this way, if you've been an industry professional for a long time and you've never been the most social media savvy person, it's not too late for you to jump in. This isn't only a certain demographics world. You can engage in building your brand online at any time in your career.
That's exactly right. And I love sharing this statistic because when we started this company a couple of years ago, the stat that we saw around the creator economy was that it was comprised of 50 million creators online. And today, the statistic shows that there's over 200 million creators
Oh my
online.
God.
And all the while that that's been happening, there's been people dabbling, getting in, getting out, trying other things. And so that number doesn't even represent the total number of people that are really playing in that space and really trying to find a way to make a living online. So it's a real exploding economy right now. And if you've been working behind a camera camera, if you've been working on the tech side of broadcast, if you've been working with equipment and gear, now is the best time to actually get up to speed on what's going on and how you can partner with other collaborators that are really doing this right online and learn from them, partner with them, run businesses together, and really just have some fun in this space and keep having fun as you learn.
I love all of this because frequently when we're in our careers, we forget to promote ourselves, and it can become very overwhelming. So what you're doing with Bamboo and your platform is creating a place where anyone who may not have ever done this before can really relaunch their brand online and sort of celebrate who they are, because this is a really, significant moment in time where we're all refiguring out who we are in the industry as the industry sort of refigures out who it is.
Yes. And I would say this, that if you are in the broadcast industry or you've been in that industry for a while, or if you are in the creator economy and you're someone that's really making inroads in that space, I would get tickets to NAB New York right now, because we're going to have all of these people in one room. And if you want to talk to other broadcasters that are trying to figure this out, they're going to be there. And if you want to talk to other creators who are making a living doing this and they really understand the game, they're going to be there. You're going to want to shake hands in person. And that's what this is all about. We're really excited.
It is definitely now it is 2023. It is time to get back together to really talk about the industry and unique things that we can do. I just wanted to ask you a few more questions. What would you say sets your model apart from other social media platforms?
Sure. We feel, we love the other social platforms and they all have their purpose, and it's great that they exist. A lot of these platforms are phenomenal for marketing, as an example. They're phenomenal for connecting with audiences. What sets Bamboo apart, and we learned this from beta testing with a lot of different users that were participating on the platform while we were in stealth mode, was that we heard that it was very tricky on the other platforms to really collaborate with other creators. Collab is a term that you hear about all the time online. People are doing it on different platforms, and the way they're typically doing it is by hashtagging or by tagging other creators, and then you're kind of going up against algorithms for who actually sees what you are doing in a collab. On Bamboo, you can actually collaborate with another creator. You can create a unique feed on any topic, and you can actually brand the content that you want to create under that space. So Lori, if you and I wanted to do a branded feed on new tech and content,
let's do it.
We could partner on this. We could create a feed on that topic, and we could choose whether it's just us that are posting into that space, both of our audiences, because you and I are very, very popular and we have huge audiences. So all of our audiences could see everything in those feeds. And other folks can comment and they can share and they can like and do all those things. But you and I actually are the ones who not only get to post, but we control who else can post into that space. So if we want to partner with somebody else who's really good at marketing and pushing that message out to a bigger audience, we can bring that person in. We can make this as public or private as we want. We can have an internal business discussion on a feed that's completely private. We could make it open to the world in a Google search and make this feed on a topic that we really want to market information out for anyone to find through a Google search. And so what we've found is that it's very tricky to do that on other platforms just because of the way they're structured. We've built this from the ground up to support creators collaborating in a shared space, evolving, iterating, and growing their brands.
That's fantastic. And in terms of, when you think about the NAB show, there are a lot of different content categories.
Mhm.
There's sports, right? And then there's different kinds of sports. There's entertainment, there's documentary, there's all these different things. So are there different sectors of content that Bamboo is going to be interacting with?
Yeah, I love that you bring that up. I mean, in broadcast, one of the most fun things about anything going on through a television broadcast is that you can flip a channel and jump to any different category. And so the way we've looked at this through the lens of Bamboo is to say that we're actually testing out with different audiences. So with the hashtag Empire State of Mind campaign that we're doing in New York City, we are testing out what is going on in the space around photographers specifically. Separately, we're also testing out campaigns that we are doing around the college sports space and NIL. And I'm telling you, this is like lightning in a bottle. It has been wild. And there's all kinds of athlete creators that are involved in this space, major brands that you would know that are involved in this space. They're all looking to play. They're all looking to figure out where they can open up and create new markets. And the way we look at it is to say, you could flip around on any different topic that interests you, it's one of the major trends on the internet is that people aren't necessarily following people, they're following topics. They're looking to learn, they're looking to find an edge. And so even whether it's sports, whether it's entertainment, whether it's photography, whether it's music, you can find content on all these different verticals, and you can actually go right to the content that you care about because you can search for it by topic specifically.
So it behooves any individual who's creating content or who's an expert in any area of their field to really build a platform for themselves online so that people can find them. And lastly, Nick, tell us one more time about the Bamboo photo contest that will be playing out in the new Photo and Video Lab at NAB New York. How can people find out about the photo contest?
Yes, so make sure to go to bamboo.app, and we'll have the link right there on our website. And you'll be able to find out that we're running this competition starting September 26th that will go through near the end of October, October 19th. And you will want to make sure to log in, download the Bamboo platform on your Apple iOS device, or just go to our web app on Android or laptop. Create a new feed on a topic that showcases New York City street style fashion. And this is your chance to bring in your creative collaborators. As a photographer, you can bring in your stylist, you can bring in your creative director, and all of you can collaborate into one feed to, in essence, show a mood board, a storyboard of how you view New York City street style fashion. And we're going to work directly with Avori Henderson, renowned creator, and we're going to choose a winner by the end of October. And at NAB New York City, we're going to feature the winner with Avori on stage and talking about what it was like to go through this campaign and some of the cool stuff that we've seen along the way, the different tools that are being used, cameras, technology, you name it. So get your tickets to NAB in New York, check out bamboo.app, and jump in and let's create a feed together on Bamboo today.
Woohoo! And tell me one more time, why are you going to NAB Show New York?
I'm going to NAB New York because that's where all the right people are at, who are the movers and shakers in broadcast and the creator economy. And I love seeing these two industries come together. There's a lot for both to learn, honestly. The creator economy, I think, looks at what's been going on in legacy media, so to speak, and saying that, there's all these new tools, we can do this all ourselves. But the broadcast media, as you know, these are the professionals who really know what storytelling is all about. And when it comes to storytelling, no one does it better than the people that have been doing it for decades out of Hollywood and New York City, and really sharing the stories that touch people's hearts, move people, get them excited with sports, get them excited with all different verticals of content. So I love that these two industries are coming together.
All right, well, we will see all of you at the Javits Center at the end of October for NAB Show New York. This is Lori H. Schwartz talking to the fabulous Nick Urbom, who is the CEO and founder of Bamboo. And we're going to be learning all about the creators and how they can speak to their brand, how producers, how technologists, how filmmakers, everybody can really put themselves online and get noticed, have their brand speak for themselves, and check out the new Photo and Video Lab as well, where Bamboo will be hosting a contest. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Lori.